My name is Wutami Matsuoka. I'm the owner of Picaresque Art Gallery in Tokyo. Picaresque started because I wanted to support the Japan artist. So I thought this way is the best to support the artist, contemporary artist. I was born in New York, moved to Kagoshima. After that, I entered to Tokyo Art University and studied 1 year art in Singapore. After I graduated, I work at some art organization and small gallery, but I thought it was not a good place to work. So I decided to make my own art project, and I opened the gallery here. The reason why Picaresque. Picaresque is the genre of the novel in Spain. The main character always fight with the bad thing in the society, like for example government or the big organization, and at the rule in that world, the main character's action is really bad. But from looking from the outside of the organization, it's really correct. It's actually correct for the people who really living outside of the power pyramid. Right now, the Japan Art Society says this is correct, this is bad, but actually from the people who is outside from the art world, it's really, how to say, ugly, ridiculous, I think. Japanese people really like to see something who people create, but art people really don't focus to them. They just following to their rule, which protects their power and organization. So I thought that's really ridiculous, and that's the reason why Japan market is small, and that's the reason why, like normal people, normal customer, scared to the art. So I wanted to change that situation. And the one more, the reason is if the artist tries to continue their lifestyle as artist, the family or like the people around them might feel like, not strangeness, but it's really difficult, so please stop, or like please work at, I don't know, the company. Yes. So, but still, artists have a big, how to say, will or opinion. They have their philosophy, and the Picaresque main character also fights in the society following his own justice. So I wanted to face to those artists who is really strict and working hard to find their own creation style. So I use Picaresque to reason. Yeah. The start line of Picaresque is opening the just Facebook page at my room. Actually, I had nothing at the time. No artist, no gallery, no staff or people who wants to work with me, just alone. And that was 2012. Before the gallery, opening the gallery, I did art rental, and after lots of like exhibition and events and program, I did a short exhibition, then the sales was not so bad. Actually, it was fine. So I was surprised but also excited. I thought doing the gallery fits to my style. So finally, I decided to focus only to gallery project right now. There's only 2% market share in Japan. Whole world, only 2%. It's really small. In Japan, there's a lot of art university, and every year the students graduate, but there's no market. So some of my favorite artists quit creating the work and like go back to hometown and help their family, like vegetable shop or something, and it's really sad, you know. There's a really strange rules and strange organization in current art Japan society, and I thought that's one of the cancers. There's no market, but there's power. So, you know, nobody can judge that the power is correct or not. Art is really abstract. Like if one person say this is art, and if he has a power, then it'll be art. So that kind of bad, how to say, cycle is still going on in Japan, I think. The market I want to make, the most important point is you want it or not, you like it or not, because I don't want to sell the people who want to earn the money for the artwork. Then it doesn't matter what other people think, that if it's art or not, you know. But for the people who thinks art as stock, it's really important that this is art or not, you know, because if like 10 or 20 years later, if the society say this is not artwork, then the person who bought it will lost the money, just lost money. But for the people who just buy for themselves, I think it's fine. Because, for example, I like Beatles, but I never think seriously that is this music or not? Is this like rock or not? If one person say this is art, and other person say this is not art, like, of course that kind of thing happen because people's taste belongs to people's history and everything. Like it's almost equal to their identity, so nobody can reject it, I think. Pasta at some restaurant and pasta in Italy might be all different taste is, you know. And sure, maybe all the pasta is not bad. I think, yeah, I like frozen pasta also, like really convenient. But still, I'm sure maybe everybody is sure like quality and taste is all different. So maybe like the postcards is really cheap. But sure, there's a difference from the real drawing. Like listening the CD by music and going to the live and listen the real sound is really different. I think that difference is the price. A billion products and only one thing. Sure, like the cost and time is really different. So I think that's the reason of the price. And if you really want it, if it's not $1 billion or something like that, I think you should buy it because the thing you can own in your life is really limited. People will die in the end. So if it's not so too much expensive, maybe you should use what you like. After I graduate, one of my really close artists, she was really trying hard to find her way to, live as artist. But lots of unfortunate things happened, and in the end, she stopped her life. Suicide. But that was really shocking for me, and at the time I really wanted to help her, but at the time I had no gallery and I had no customer and I had nothing actually. So even if she makes a nice painting and I saw it, I couldn't do nothing with it. So and that was really sad. Of course sad, because she was really close friend of me actually. So, and I thought a lot of things, and in the end I thought there's maybe more similar artists in Japan, like who's trying hard to continue their lifestyle as artists. But if the person tried to work hard as artist, they lost the time to sell because they spend most of all the time for creating. So I thought the thing I have to do is I just didn't want another artist like suicide or quit their life as artist again. I wanted to stop it, not stop, but I thought if there's even if a small gallery and if their work is doing the exhibition, and like if the gallery have a constant sales, even if the sales was a small amount, I thought it would be a really good encourage to the artist. Basically, I do this alone. Now lots of volunteer staff join with me, but of course there's a lot of pressure or like stress, but it's really smaller than my friend, I think. Yeah, and so I can stand to it, and I always remember about her. So I think art is not politics, so I don't think art should change the world. Not should, but I think art is not the thing to change the world. Like, even if art like attract to the society or world or not, the world is changing forever. Actually, art is part of the world. So what we can do is just looking each other, maybe like world looks art and art looks world. What I'm focusing now is selling the art, and I'm sure selling the art will change something in the world, in Japan or maybe society, but still I don't know how it ends, how it goes. But sure, something started, and something keep happening, so the future will change anyway. Picaresque wants to be the most warm gallery to the customer. Like, even if they're not thinking to buy art or like just walk in, look around and going out, I want to be warm to all of them, and I want them to have a nice experience spending the time in the art gallery. And also Picaresque want to be warm gallery to the artist also, because artist is living in a really hard situation and keep creating the work, and that work really heal my heart also. So I'm always feeling thanks to them. Picaresque wants to be more and more honest to customer, all the customer who enter here, and the artist who allow us to treat their works. Yes, want to be honest and warm. That's Picaresque, I think.